Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching the Arkansas Gun Guy. Today I want to do a quick nerd out video on these awesome competition / target style pistols from Eastern Europe. Or at least I think they're from Eastern Europe. The Arex Alpha is from Slovenia. The Power X-Calibur is from Slovakia. And the Canik SFx Rival is from Turkey. And what I didn't know is that Turkey is so far east in Europe, it's actually Asian. It's sitting both on the European continent and the Asian continent. Didn't know that. I was never good at geography. Thought that was very interesting, but I still think it could be considered Eastern Europe, extreme Eastern Europe for Turkey, and both Slovenia and Slovakia. Countries that, again, off the beaten path a bit, and not super well known, at least for the Power and the Arex, but the companies that make fantastic firearms that are an absolute joy to shoot. So again, I don't shoot competition. I don't know IDPA, IPSC, all those things. I'm not sure which fall into which category, what the rules are. I just know that these guns, I believe, were designed for competition. They all have like 5-inch barrels, really long sight radius, great triggers, and are very easy to shoot and make me look really good at the range, which is hard to do. So again, a friend of mine let me borrow this Canik, and while I had it, it made me think of these other two kind of competition style guns. Someone looked at them side by side just to kind of see what they had in common and what was different. We'd love to hear your feedback. Do you have experience with the Alpha, the Excalibur, or the SFX Rival? Do you shoot competition? Do you have a preference of all these? The Arex and the Power are both hammer fired with excellent hammer fire triggers. This Canik is a striker fire gun with a trigger like I've never felt before on way more expensive guns. Again, these guns all represent an amazing value, by the way. If you look at the price of these guns and the things that come with them compared to similarly priced H&Ks or CZs or some 2011s, these guys cost a fraction of what those cost. So I would definitely look into the Alpha, the Excalibur, or the Rival if you're curious. And I'll try to post links to my videos on these guns in the description below. But again, all big guns, 5-inch barrels. Sight radius is very similar on all of these. Not the length, rather. The length is very similar on all these. The striker fire guns will have a little bit of a longer sight radius because no hammer back here. But in general, very large guns. Now, I'll start with the Arex, because it is a bit different in the fact that it is a steel gun, or maybe I think it's steel, not aluminum. It's a very heavy gun, and you feel no recoil with this gun. It is so heavy, it just eats the recoil. But notice all the details with the serrations on the slide there, the cutouts on the top for heat and weight reduction. And I love the styling on the front that makes this guy look almost like a mean shark. But it has all the things you would want here. You have a pick rail, you have some texturing on the front strap there, nice undercut, easy to maintain. They all have this very oversized trigger guard, oversized mag releases, and they all come with interchangeable smaller versions of these. They all feel great in your hand. This one does have the ambi safety, left or right-handed, so that is a very cool detail. But just a gun with a fantastic trigger too. Take this magazine out. This one holds 17, by the way. Has a double action pull, which is good, heavy. But the single action pull has a reset like that. Very reminiscent of some of my more customizable triggers that I've paid for over the years. So the stock trigger on this Arex Alpha is absolutely stunning. This trigger with this long sight radius and the heavy weight make this guy kind of a tack driver at the range. Again, it makes me look better than I really am. So this was the first kind of Eastern European target gun I got. Then I learned about Power, and I was fascinated by the rotating barrel design. So this guy holds 15, by the way. So again, you'll see some of the same details. You have those aggressive cutouts on here for weight savings. This guy is fully ambidextrous. We have slide stop, slide catch on both sides. You have safety on both sides. And both the Arex and the Power kind of have these gas pedals on here, a thumb rest you can use if you do that. I've tried it, I don't enjoy it too much. But all three guns also have the fiber optic red front sight and the serrations on the back for that very good sight picture. So I think that's a very nice detail. They all have the exact same looking sights. But a couple big differences about the Power versus the Arex. Polymer frame, a lot lighter weight, but to dissipate energy and prevent muzzle rise, this guy incorporates a rotating barrel system, much like a Beretta series, the PX4 series. You can see that the barrel rotates to dissipate energy. And by the way, check out the barrel. Check out the details on that barrel there. So I think that's fascinating looking. And so I thought the Arex Alpha was a great gun to shoot until I got the X-Calibur, and it wound up even being an even better gun to shoot. First of all, the slide is really loose on this thing. Like it is nothing to rack the slide. So I thought that was very cool. It also has a big heavy double action pull. And again, stock reset on this thing. Check this out. It's there. And you're back at the wall. So easy to stay a flat shooter and shoot quickly with a short reset like that and that rotating barrel system. So it's just a very cool gun. Again, oversized mag release there. They all have that. And again, these all come with different options, allowing you to customize them to your hand. And my third, I guess, newest one to my comparison here belongs to a friend of mine, and that's the Canik SFx Rival. This is a bone stock gun that looks like it's been customized to death. Comes in this awesome kind of rival gray finish with these gold share-coated details on here. Again, striker fired. You have those same serrated back sights there with a fiber optic front. Again, look at the cutouts. You've got cutouts on the bottom here for weight reduction, as well as on both sides and the top. And the styling, look at the styling on here. Very easy to actuate the slide with this. And even on the barrel, you saw the details on the barrel of the Grand Power. This guy also has some cool kind of details on the barrel there. I'm not sure if that's for aesthetics or actually functional. This one, by the way, holds 18 rounds. The most capacity of all of them. Has your pick rail, again, details on here. Kind of a double undercut that you can get this hand under there and the other hand way up. So good support hand. I love all the details on this firearm. And generally, I like hammer fire triggers the best. I'm not had a striker fire trigger that made me go wow until I held this one. And again, this trigger is absolutely, you have a little bit of take up with the safety dingus there. It's a flat-faced aluminum trigger. But this trigger for a striker fire gun breaks at 90 degrees, incredibly crisp. Love that trigger. But check this out. The reset is even shorter than these two, which have great resets. So my first experience with Canik, I have maybe 400 rounds to this guy with my friend at the range. I've got, a lot more than that with these guns, but I think I shoot this one the best of all three. So again, I just happen to have this gun on loan for another day, and I want to take a moment to compare it to these other quote-unquote Eastern European target guns or competition guns I owned, because I think that I am in love with all the guns made in Eastern Europe. Love the quality, the features, the build, everything about and styling on all three of these. Would love your feedback. Do you have experience with all three of them? I bet not many people do, but I'd love to hear your thoughts if you do. As always, thank you so much for watching the Arkansas Gun Guy. If you haven't yet, please consider liking and subscribing. I really appreciate your support.